Greetings, greetings, greetings. It's Hathora here. Happy Sunday. We're just going to test, make sure we're good to go. So, sound is good, visuals is good, audio is good. For those of you who may or may not notice, this is not a full live. This is a few hours before live. uh, as you know, life be lifing, and we use technology so that we can be at multiple places at multiple times if possible. So I'm going to jump right into it. And today's topic is spiritual hygiene is a daily practice. And it's a practice. That's what I want to focus on. It's a daily practice. So when things flow, I just jot some notes. So I'll be looking at my notes so that I could A, be efficient, effective, and on point and not go all over the place. And B, I have a window to do this and go to my next destination. Yeah. So spiritual hygiene. So why did this come up this morning? And I already did my libation, but I do want to thank, I'm going to pause, do want to thank those who came before me, those who came around me, those who came after me, who continue to do this healing work and this mental wellness work and this emotional wellness and this spiritual wellness work. I give thanks to those because that's who I pull from, and that's who I sometimes may align with to learn spiritual hygiene and spiritual integrity and spiritual sovereignty and things like that. Yeah. So I just want to pause to show gratitude. And I already did my whole morning routine of what I do to get grounded for my own self. So spiritual hygiene. Why did I choose spiritual hygiene? So I was tested this week. Was it this week or last week? I can't remember now because it feels like a while ago. But I was tested a couple of times, but there was one major time where I was tested by someone who doesn't really know me. They don't know me, not really. They don't know who I am. They know this is what I'm doing and this is my name, but they don't even understand what I do yet. And there, in my opinion, was deliberate action to afflict harm or hurt me on some level, right? On some level, not a physical endanger harm, but definitely to do something to make me not be happy, which in fact it would have caused more of a public impact in that setting that I was in. So anyways, the story doesn't matter. It's the lesson I'm trying to get at. And I just observed what was happening. I was irritated. I'm like, why would someone want to sabotage what I'm doing or try to make me look bad or try to humiliate me or try to have me feel any pain? And they don't even know me. Why is that? So I had to really question the why. And I was able to see that person, that little child in them that possibly didn't get enough care, enough love. And here comes Hathor with this big energy, and there's ill feelings towards me because of what's happening within them. And by that evening, at the time, I was like, what's going on? And I was able to connect with a beautiful soul immediately. And I'm like, this is what's transpiring for me. And I'm just like, yeah. And they said, just be calm, let it go. Don't let it impact you. It's not that serious. First world problems. And I said, okay. And that evening I went home and relaxed. And all of a sudden, this level of compassion came over, and I was able to send compassion and love and prayer to the person. And then I said, oh man, how did I get from hot head, right? Like ready to go, I'm ready for it, to a place where I could lean on somebody in the heat of the moment, take a breath, figure out, okay, I need to navigate this with someone. I can't do this alone. And then in less than 24, like within a few hours span of that event or whatever was happening, be able to get to this place of love and compassion. And it's in the daily routine. It's in the daily routine. So I wanted to really share just some nuggets real quick, because this is not going to be a long recording, about spiritual routine. So spiritual routine or spiritual hygiene is how we take care of our spirits. So we have a physical hygiene where we take care of our physical self. We'll brush our teeth, wash our hair, maybe even move around, work out, put some cream, some lotion. I like me some almond oil, right? So there's this physical hygiene, there's the dental hygiene where we'll floss. So all of that is physical hygiene. And then we have the mental hygiene and things like that, where we focus on our mindset, having a strong mindset, a champion mindset, a winning mindset, a positive mindset, learning how to slow our thoughts, learning how to observe our patterns, learning how to shift our thoughts and patterns and behaviors, things like that. So there's hygiene in every aspect of our life, a routine, whether we realize it or not, and whether it's healthy or not. There's a hygiene practice that we all participate in. So I used to let my thoughts go run wild and put myself in a panic attack, even though what I'm thinking about hasn't happened yet. So I had poor mental hygiene because I would let my mind run amok. So and that was years ago. I'm talking about, like, I don't even know, 06, 05, 06, 07, something like that. So as I observe myself, because I've learned to, not in all cases, but be an observer of my perceived reality. And I just do that. That's just a practice that I've developed so that I can shift reality in real time and jump timelines in real time if what I am witnessing is not transpiring how I set to be or what the intention to be. Because sometimes I think I got the vibration right and I don't, and I calibrate to a reality or resonate to a reality that's like, yeah, don't like this. So instead of getting emotional and pointing fingers and getting blame and going into a spiral, I've learned to observe what is transpiring in real time to shift. But that took work. And not only did that take work, but that also took discipline and daily work. So the daily hygiene is available to everyone. It's accessible to everyone. A daily practice is actually your birthright. It is your birthright to be well within your skin, to be well within your physical, your oral, hygiene. It is your birthright to have fiscal hygiene, right? To have enough resources to feed your family, to feed yourself, to have a place to live. A vehicle is a luxury, so I won't throw that in there. And so, but it's in the daily work. If you're getting a promotion at work, if you want to increase your business, if you want to increase your revenue, if you want to increase your wage, if you want to increase your knowledge and skill set and education, what needs to happen? It's a inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. So it is a daily practice. And in that daily practice, we did talk about this on the show, there has to be an integration. So I get up every day and I have my prayers and do whatever, my affirmations. Sometimes I journal, sometimes I don't. But I'm very clear that this is the timeline that I'm jumping into right now. This is the timeline that I'm choosing. I am on the best timeline possible for this moment, moment by moment on this day. So I open up my day with that. And then I give thanks, and I always greet my higher self, my Ori. That's what I do. But in doing that daily, it builds a muscle that allows me to integrate into my thoughts, into my behaviors, into my feelings, into my actions, into my character, that of which I set for the day. So if I'm setting the best intentions for the day through breath work, clear intentions, then I do breath work, then I give gratitude. Doing that, breathing, having clear intentions, and gratitude, those three things on a daily basis will build your spiritual muscle. So that's the first tip that I wanted to leave in regards to building spiritual hygiene and having it as a daily practice. Getting up every day, clear intentions, speak to your spirit, have a relationship with your higher self. And if you're not there yet, mirror work is powerful. If you can't get up as soon as you get up in the morning, have a mirror and face it like that. Just have your mirror and just face your mirror, right? I had a little blue one for the longest time with the handle right by my bedside, and I would just talk to it, talk to my spirit. And when you're looking in the mirror, you're looking right into your eyes, into the black part of your eye, the little dot, your pupil. You're looking right into your eye, which is, deep, deep, deep mirror work. So you're going to speak to yourself within yourself. So you get up and you're telling your spirit, this is what I would like to experience today. Or you can ask your spirit, what is it that I need to experience today that aligns with my highest good? Right? So you could do whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's through prayer, affirmative speech, mirror work, whatever it is, the intention is to be very intimate with yourself. There we go. That's my show's supposed to end right now, but I was having difficulties. So we're going to wrap up soon because this is supposed to be a pre-recording, or I'm doing it earlier so it can post later because we got business to take care of today. So it's one of those weekends, yeah? And so the first one is wellness is accessible to everybody, and how to start, where to start, or where to continue. I'm just offering what I do. Do it or leave it. I get up every morning and I speak to my spirit. I ask, what is it that I need to do? Since I'm choosing to be on the best possible timeline in this moment, today, on this day, what is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to think? What is it that I need to feel? What is it that I need to say or don't say? What is it that I need to not do? So I get that. And then I'm giving, so that's setting a very clear intention, yeah? Then I do my breath work, and then I do my gratitude. And like I said, inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. So consistent daily practice compounds. Consistent saving and investment compounds. Consistent workout at the gym compounds. Consistent work on your daily skin work compounds. Consistent work on your dental flossing, brushing your teeth, doing whatever it is, compounds. Everything we do consistently on a daily practice compounds. And that is what supported me in the situation when someone was deliberately trying to sabotage what I was doing and inflict harm to me, wanted me to, I don't know, get in trouble. I don't know what their intention was, but that's not my business. My business was to observe what was happening, but I could only observe what was happening and not spaz out because I did the daily work. So I'm just sharing what I practice, how I practice. You could make it your own. You could personalize it. Having clarity is really important. yeah, that's another podcast, but clarity is really important. So I usually just take a breath and then, so I take a breath. I breathe through my nose. Sometimes you can breathe through your mouth. I take a breath, just a couple, I get grounded. And I said, what is the highest ideal, or what is the highest thoughts and feelings and actions that I need to know for myself today? Because I want to make sure that my actions and words and deeds align with my higher self. And not all the time. Sometimes I'm in a lower vibration, and it is what it is. So that's that part. We're going to park that. Now, some pointers I want to make is daily spiritual hygiene is a mindset. It's a mindset. So we have to be very mindful that this is what I want to do, and this is not what my ego wants to do, or what people tell me to do, or what Hathor tell me to do. It actually has to be a mindset that I want to be well, and not only well physically, because a lot of experiences that I've had in the recent months, and there's no judgment, but meeting people who are physically fit and physically sound, and they're talking to me, and their spirit is unfit, and their spirit feels corroded and not clear. So in those conversations, I was like, well, we can exchange. You could give me some ideas about your physical wellness and how you eat and what you don't eat, and how do you keep your sugars down but still eat the foods that you like. And then I'll, so we were bartering. So I realized that the spiritual hygiene and fitness sometimes isn't clear. And as much as we want to burn incense and do spiritual bath, those things are good. But what is your mindset around your character, around your spirit, around your soul, around how you show up energetically? So you walking in a room without opening your mouth, how are you showing up? Are you a negative Nancy? Sorry if your name is Nancy, but are you showing up in spaces where you are adding light to that environment and energy and positive energy? Or are you showing up in that space where you have lower frequencies and you're taking away from that environment? You're actually sucking the energy out of that. So are you a complainer, or are you a person that's an intentional doer to fix? Are you focusing on the problem, or are you focusing on the solution? So that is hugely a part of spiritual hygiene, is the mindset. The second part is owning your stuff. Owning your stuff is a spiritual hygiene hack. Owning your stuff, taking accountability, and working on that to say, you know what, my mindset isn't the best right now. I'm going to get a therapist. I'm going to stop eating processed foods and sugar because I don't like how my thinking is right now with all this food and processed food. I'm going to get a spiritual psychotherapist. I'm going to do Reiki. I'm going to do touch point massage, the pressure point massage. Sorry. I'm going to do running. I'm going to do some action. I'm going to work out, right? Like for me, I have a walking pad because I realize that I need to walk right after I deal with clients, or if I'm just having a certain day, even if I'm on the computer doing work, I need to move. I have to get the energy moving. So that's me owning how I feel and not allowing the experience of other people's stuff to be embedded in my DNA and in my mind. And I don't want to hold that stuff. So I took ownership instead of reacting and getting upset and challenging people and judging people. I said, yo, this is what I'm feeling right now, and this is my technique to release it. So I do karate sticks, or I tap, or I breathe, or I walk on my walking pad, or I walk outside in nature. I take ownership. So a part of spiritual hygiene is taking ownership. Are you intimate with your spirit? Do you even know what it feels like to be connected with the non-physical part of yourself? Do you even know what that feels like? Are you even listening to your intuition? Do you ignore your intuition? Do you doubt your intuition? Do you suppress your intuition? Increasing the intimate relationship with your intuition is essentially developing an intimate relationship with your spirit. Your spirit speaks to you through your intuition. Your spirit speaks to you through energy and frequency, right? So these are just some tidbits. I do have to run. I got somewhere to go. I'm minutes over. That's why we did a early recording. So we're gonna post this, and people can watch it at the regular time, 10:30. I'm committed. This is fun. This is my heaven on earth. So I just sit here and just have fun. I forgot to turn on the comments. I apologize for those who would like to leave a comment. I remember the next time. I got up early this morning to start this thing, and then it wouldn't work. I was like, what is this? So a couple of things: breath work, setting clear intentions, and gratitude. Those are on a daily basis. You work your muscles. So it's like if you're working out, 80% is diet, 20% is workout, then you get strength-based. So there's basic formula depending on what you want to do. For spiritual hygiene, I would offer those three things: clear intention in building communication with your spirit, breath work, and gratitude daily, and ownership, accountability. Own your stuff, own your greatness, own that you got big energy, own that you even have a spirit that speaks to you and you have intuition, and own that you follow it and it doesn't make sense to people, but you follow it, or own that you don't follow it and you suppress it and shift, whatever it is. When you own your stuff, it strengthens your spiritual muscle. It gives you more confidence, more clarity, more groundedness, and you can start to move forward and make decisions in your life in a more cohesive way, in a less chaotic way, in a way that is empowering and disempowering. One feels like power versus not following, but you're trying to make it happen, feels like force. We don't want to deal with force. We want to go with the flow of nature. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. And see you next week. We got some guests coming up for July. So let's see what's gonna happen. Take care and happy Sunday.